What's going on, peeps? I want to talk about how to manifest your life and what you want in life, and be straightforward. You gotta first have an want, an idea, plan fully behind it, and desire, and then you gotta send energy in that direction. And it's pretty much as simple as that. But when we talk about energy, we're talking about focus and attention, and you want to put it in that direction, whatever it is towards, or you're working your way towards your goal or far away from it. Because ultimately, you need to start off with the belief, and I've always had this belief since I was younger, that you can do anything that you want. But what is it that you want to do? And some people don't know such a purpose, and maybe not everyone has a purpose. Not everyone's here permanently, that's for sure. And maybe your purpose will change throughout going towards your purpose, or different things amongst that, different circumstances that happen in your life, new knowledge that you found about. Not everyone's going to be the same. Not everyone in your family is going to have the same purpose, same village, culture, country, state, city, suburbs, whatever that it is, even the household. And people are going to feel different ways. It's all how they were raised, and the energetic level of those beings, because energy comes in a bunch of different directions. Of course, we're always taking in air and the environment, but also the sun and nature itself. Different places have different reverberations. Some places you feel good at, and you can, if you're not aware or never have, depicted, why is this place, why you feel so good here? Is it the people that are raising your energy, that are bouncing off and resonating with one another? Is someone picking you up, someone helping you, being your mascot, giving you advice or opportunities? And then there's just different geographical locations around the land. Specific spots just carry different energy. That being said, you can all say at the end of the day it's in your head, or some would say it's in your head, and yeah, that could be true to some extent, or full, depending on how you want to go. But some people are going to feel better, like someone might want to go to an island type ordeal. Someone goes to that and feels better. They're going to feel better there because that's where they want to go. You shouldn't make or define it, especially as who you are and how it's going to affect you mentally. Nothing's going to change you until you change yourself. And that's the whole thing with the manifestation. Whatever it is into your reality, you can have thoughts in your head. Some people are fine with the thoughts in the head, but if you can think about sex all day, but if you want sex, actually want it in the physical realm and have somebody, then you have to manifest that into the reality and get it out of your mind, because it starts with a thought. And if you want to proceed to put it in reality, depending on how much direction, purpose, meaning behind it is, then you can definitely do that. It just takes focus and attention. Keep going that direction, and things that throw you off, or things that throw you off, distractions, sidetracking, and those are the pretty much two vulnerable ones. But to go a little bit into explanation, people trying to hold you up for conversations, just blibber blabbing about nothing, or deviating from the goal, whatever. If you want to make music, but you're sitting there on social media. If you're trying to wash dishes, but you're focused on maybe raising your child, I understand how that could come into play. But keeping the focus, not losing track, or going maybe to smoke some weed, or just some task that throws you off from the one you're doing that you had a purpose in. Maybe trying to do too many tasks at one time, or trying to, find balance, which there's nothing wrong with finding balance, but finding where your heart lies, basically. What are you doing in the moment? Like, if you went to the hardware store to get some wood, but scrutiny comes in you could do some other tasks, but you're doing other things there that you aren't getting the goal done directly. And as long as you keep your focus and keep control, just a lot of people get sidetracked. And you could do multitask, you could do a bunch of things, and you could be a master of multiple things, which is fine, but it all depends on how you're controlling it and how you're manifesting it. Usually someone blows up with one thing, but then they manifest in the littler streams and things among that nature. It's never just, it is one thing, which is great, but then it usually manifests because they have opportunities and economical reasons such as money and resources, knowing people, places, deals, things among those lines that they benefit from, which that's amazing too. But it's all about where you're gonna focus now, getting sidetracked. Keep checking your phone. You want to check your phone later, set a designated time to do this. You're doing this now, and that's why you're doing this now. Things, things might pop up abruptly, but hey, if you got to do it done and get back to what you were doing. You never know what's gonna happen. And this is what I'm talking about, the energy, because it's all around us. But are you gonna take it in, or are you gonna let it out? But are you gonna let it put you down or lift you up? It's all depending on how you want to take it. Everything that you put into practice, into play, even a thought, even a prayer, it all takes energy. You may receive energy, or you may lose some. Everything takes energy. And a lot of people, that's becoming aware is a great one to do. And that self-awareness, and then cultivating what is the meaning behind what you're doing. Are you really benefiting from what you're doing? Are you really enjoying what you're doing? Is this what you want to do, or is there something else? Everything takes energy, which is kind of equal to time. So where are you going to divide it at? And this just ties into the whole message. If you're doing something that doesn't benefit you, or that's completely opposite of the goal, then why do you keep on doing it? What is the reason behind it? If you keep drinking, and drinking's making you hangover, sick, why are you keep doing it? Are you trying to reach something? Or you keep going with these group of people who don't make you feel good? Or are you trying to build something off of this? Ultimately, lessons are learned, and you do find your likes and your dislikes, but at the end of the day, it doesn't define you. A lot of people like to attach to something and brand themselves, label themselves because of this, but the truth is there is no label or branding. Just because someone's a great speaker or just like a president, doesn't mean, what does that even mean? It means a lot of things, but at the same time it really doesn't mean anything anyway. But then we're just getting into skeptical and ideologies and ultimately nothingness. But you are where you want to be, having a positive outlook and reaffirming yourself and being your own mascot's gonna manifest it into reality. So putting time in your schedule, or develop a routine to where you can practice whatever, because to get wherever you want, whether you're good, bad, have no clue about it, you have to invest time, whether someone's naturally good at it or not. talent or whatever. You know, some people are naturally talented. That's fine. But most of the time, for the majority of us, probably 90%, you have to build a skill. That's the difference between talent and skill. If you ask me, talent, you know, it's something natural. Skill you have to build. And it goes both ways, but usually, like I said, you have to develop that skill. Practice makes perfect. Maybe it sounded cliche and you probably heard it. And if you didn't, you gotta practice all the time, and continuous practice if you want to manifest to whatever in your reality, whether it's just money or buying a yacht or just a little boat or connecting with a family member or a lost friend, vice versa. You have to contribute and put the energy wherever you put the energy is. I'm putting energy to the phone. It's going to reach other people. Putting energy to anything is going to resonate. And this is like the law of attraction, you know. If you want to paint pictures, then you go to maybe an art show, or you start selling art online or posting art on social media. Especially if you go to an art show, and definitely stuff in person in reality. And if, you know, it's going to connect you to other like-minded people that are into art, different types of art. And then this is going to blow up to different career opportunities and risks. And you're going to meet new people, maybe new friends, maybe a best friend, a girlfriend, a boyfriend. Maybe you'll end up marrying somebody. Who knows? Maybe you'll start gaining some hatred, some hate. Maybe you'll meet people that you don't like and find out that you don't want to do this. Maybe, you know, you'll build energy off this hatred and this opposition for when you did go to this art show, that builds you up and makes you create a masterpiece, whatever the medium is. Or you find something else that you like. You know, it's endless, and it goes in endless direction, especially when you get your health together. When your health's good, which I would say majority of people, 75%, are. Whatever they're doing, smoking cigarettes, eating junk food, you know, not working out, being solitude, sedentary. Yeah, I think that's what I was looking for. Not moving a lot, basically. And I would still say 75% people are still healthy. It may decline in the future. It may be fine. Who, in their lives, who knows? But if you get your health together, that's fine. The people don't have awareness into when they want to take that energy, and just being aware, questioning things, being skeptical of things, questioning things that you were taught or learned or people are saying, or even what you believe in, trying to get to the source. And this could even be very well the key to life. A lot of people don't look at it this way, believe it or not. It might be profound. Well, it might be found more interestingly on the internet and blogs, stuff like that. But, you know, in reality, a lot of people off the technology, a lot of people, you know, say one thing, go do a whole nother thing, or make a little meme or a post that resonates, but they don't follow through. You know what I mean? You can talk about love all you want, but are you giving out love? Life is love or fear, and which one are you going to choose? Now, if you're having health problems and stuff like this can cause inducing fearness in the body. And there are ways to relinquish this. So a good way to manifest what you want to do is write down, or just even thoughts, and have a daily routine practice that keeps going towards this, a direction and a focus and attention, and being self-aware. You know, writing it down, reminding yourself every day. Get a journal, write it on, you know, a freaking billboard if you have to. Whatever it's going to be in your mind, installed in there. And why are you doing it? You know, goals can change too. That happens all the time with a bunch of people. And even life purposes, people find new things to do 180s. You've probably seen about it or heard about it. How's it going to fit into your life? Do you want to make a lifestyle out of it? Do you feel good about it? Do you feel this is it? It should give you energy and you should feel alive. You know, we are intelligent human beings, which it's fine. We don't have to think. We don't even necessarily got to use intellect. What we need to be is sharp and on point, smooth, flexible, limber. That's why stretching is very good too. Just taking some stuff, whether it's out in nature or away from technology, buzzing, and all the other noise that people are chipping and chirping about. You know, you need to focus on you, not what other people are designating you to or want you to do, whether it's family, peers, etc. Even if it's enemies, you know, don't base your life around them. Base it on yourself and how you feel. What are you conscious of? What do you want to make your life out of? That means something to you, and it's not going to mean what you have is not going to mean something to somebody else the same way. No one's going to actually physically feel something about the same as you do. Some men may even like something you do better than you do, and it even surprises you. And the people might pop out of the blue who like the same thing as you, or people you would have never thought, maybe, and things in those contexts. And all it does is take some concentration and focus. You keep going at it, there will be no denial. You can only denial yourself or deny. You're the only one that puts that in your head. You're perfect all the time. Just because you can't do a split yet and you're trying to stretch, well, that's perfect because you're at where you're at. Just because you're fat or obese, or maybe you just want to lose weight or trim up or get more tone or gain more muscle, that's fine. If you're working on it, just know you're fine where you're at. Don't worry about, you know, pushing yourself extra hard unless you want to, and more so if you're in control. If you're wobbly and shaky, you know, yeah, your mind over matter does something and can point you in direction, but it's not everything. There is a physical, you know, someone who can't move all the time, yeah, you can use your mind, but if you can't move physically, you need to get that in check. So to me, it's a 50-50 thing in reality. The mind does have a lot of power, but you can't necessarily, you know, promote that it has all the power. It has a lot of it, but I don't think it's everything. You hear people talk about mind over matter, or people who are real militant, that are in the military, and things along those lines. They say it because that's what works for them. What works for someone is not going to work for you. It could work for a bunch of people, you know. You probably heard the quotation or somebody saying, me against the world, the universe, etc., us, we, whatever, and it may be true, but you're putting yourself in that predicament. So what predicament are you putting in? What questions are you putting in yourself? What answers are you giving to yourself? How are you feeling about the situation or yourself? Are you undermining your skills? Are you not going hard enough? Are you really putting thought, concentration into what you're doing? Does it really mean something to you? These are all questions to ask, obviously. And it can be whatever it is. And you got to be flexible and adaptation, and things are going to change. But you're the one to make the change, and something may change you. And that's the best thing about it, you know. Consciousness, we're all together. Once you start feeling good, the world looks good. You start having happiness, everything around you happiness. When you're sad, everything around you seems sad. Or you attract that energy. Maybe it's sad music, sad people, death, you know, grieving. Maybe it just keeps coming around you when you're in that confinement, a solitary, and it's not your fault, but you can change it and you can live in the moment, and you can always definitely change direction. It's more so of an energy thing. A lot of people don't become aware of the energy. That's why a lot of people like monks, maybe priests, some people who claim they're gurus, even spiritual people, you could say, but or, you know, people among those lines. There's even certain energy practices. There's Tai Chi, but even all that, that's fine, but it's self-awareness of what's going on. Some people take this for granted, and there is subtle energies that, you know, we're not taught about, and you have to find out on your own. or someone who could teach you. And sometimes you have to stoop real low to see these subtle energies, then you notice them. Or some people are just, don't recognize them all or need them, and that's fine too. It all depends on the person and what's going on in their life and the circumstances around it. So it's up to you to take what you want in your hand, because the world is reality and you manifest whatever you want into it. It starts in your noggin and boom, you put it out there, whatever it is. And like I said, someone else is not going to want what you want. Sex, poetry, love, music, construction, work, certain activity, hiking, biking, swimming, sailing, parasailing, rowing, playing pinball, tennis, beer pong, smoking weed, riding a train, watching a train, doers and the watchers. I was gonna say the don't. There's all of these things. You're held up to your own belief, whether you believe in your belief or not. It's up to you. They always got you to believe in something. Santa Claus was very real to a lot of people, though they never seen him. They seen imaginary pictations of him, but we never even seen him. We just heard that he comes around Christmas with a bunch of reindeer named Rudolph and Jupiter, I'm not even sure, oxen. And he's a big fat guy, and he wears red and white. He has a white beard, and he does have a wife. He lives at the North Pole, and he comes around and gives good people gifts, and then the naughty gives them cool. And then we have stockings out, then you have cookies, and then he comes down the chimney, your chimney if you have one, or your dirty one, or the one you never use for the fireplace at all. But we all believed in it. They all taught us this. It was all a belief, It's all really about what you believe. They made us believe this whole thing. Coloring books, TV shows, so many things manifest this. And this probably came from another idea before. And it's a build on that ideas. It's an add-on. So how do you want to take your life, and where do you want to go with it? Don't listen to other people. Stop listening to other people. Take into consideration what you want and how you feel about things. Take note on how the energy is in the environment. Is it uplifting you, stealing your energy, or is it putting you down? Don't waste your time with something or someone who is not doing that for you. So these are some of the ways that manifest into your own reality, and look into it. Who cares what your friends think, parents think, maybe wife, boyfriend, whatever it is. Just do what feels best for you. Once you're monetized, then if you're happy, again, everything comes from within. You feel happy, everything on the outside feels happy. You get to that state of health. But even that, then you got to find out what you want to do, how you want to do it, even if it's doing nothing. Be good at doing nothing. So that's all for this video. Thanks for tuning in. Subscribe to my channel. Give me a like. Let me know if there's any topics that interest you that you want to talk about. And have a great day.